12 things that are normal today, but were weird in the 1960s. 1. Dinner in front of the TV. In the 1960s, it was considered uncouth. A proper meal belonged at the dining table. Families gathered to converse and connect. Eating while distracted was simply uncivil. 2. Long hair on men. Men with long hair were seen as hippie rebels. Short, tidy hairstyles were the norm for respectable gentlemen. The Beatles triggered a hairy upheaval. Parents gasped.
But you look like a girl.
3. Tattoos. Tattoos were taboo in the 1960s. Ink skin was associated with sailors and bikers. Respectable folks saw tattoos as marks of delinquency. The older generation couldn't fathom voluntarily getting tattooed. Tattoos were considered permanent disfigurements of the body. Today, tattoos are mainstream. 4. Calling adults by their first name. It was considered extremely disrespectful. Children had to use titles like Mr. or Mrs. First names were only for family and close friends. Addressing elders casually was seen as insolent behavior. The older generation demanded this sign of deference. 5. Women wearing pants. For decades, dresses and skirts were proper. Pants on women were seen as anarchic. Businesses and schools banned pantsuits. 6. Cohabitation before marriage. Living together before tying the knot was truly scandalous. It was considered a gateway to moral decay. Traditionalists viewed it as a disregard for sacred vows. Only the most rebellious couples dared to cohabitate. Parents were aghast at their children shacking up. It went against every rule of courtship at the time. 7. Rock and roll. Parents deemed this new genre a corrupting influence. Elvis music was considered too provocative for youngsters. The wild rhythms and lyrics promoted rebellion and youthful defiance. Older folks saw it as a threat to traditional values. Churches condemned rock as a devil's tune. 8. Women not wearing bras. The free-spirited no-bra look caused quite a stir. It was seen as highly indecent and unladylike. Proper ladies aimed for a lifted-shaped silhouette. 9. Vegetarianism. Avoiding meat was an extremely bizarre choice at the time. The typical American diet was meat-heavy. Vegetarians were either labeled health nuts or hippies. Many believed you couldn't get proper nutrition without meat. 10. Casual workwear. In the 1960s, dress codes were strict. The suit and tie look was the mandatory professional uniform. Casual clothes were for lounging only. Then the first casual Fridays emerged. 11. Openly taking birth control pills. The pill was approved for use in the US in 1960, but nice girls would never admit to using it. It implied premarital relations. The pill remained a guarded secret. Only loose women dared mention it publicly. 12. Swearing. In the 1960s, curse words were taboo. A lady would never utter such vulgarities. Even men avoided profanities in public. Swearing was seen as low-class and unrefined. Certain words were strictly forbidden. Parents gasped if a child uttered a mild darn. Soap was at the ready to wash mouths out. Swear words were reserved for soldiers and sailors.